find it difficult to focus on your customers and even your own employees as you're juggling numerous vendors? Do you have more meetings with vendors than you can count? And do their reports filled with technical jargon make you feel clueless and frustrated? Such is the story of Nathan. Being at a car dealership, he's concerned about his store's digital marketing presence and invests most of his time dealing with vendors to promote his business and gain more sales and market share. Nathan is busy handling reports and reviewing them, not knowing what is happening on the advertising front and about his true ROI. Poor Nathan is worried but can't figure out a solution until he found BZ Consultants Group. BZ Consultants stepped in and was able to take the digital marketing vendor burden off Nathan's plate, giving him peace of mind that the best interest of the dealer was always top of mind. Being an unbiased third party, BZ Consultants always made sure to relay the reports in easy, relatable, and actionable ways so that Nathan could best utilize the data. Now, Nathan can focus on what he really wanted, the customer experience and growth. By being your digital marketing business partner, BZ Consultants Group will remove the hassle of trying to hold your vendors accountable and increase your productivity with the time you will now have armed with true data. Together, we make it possible because your success is our goal.
Welcome into I almost mixed up Furnace, Fastlane, and Facts Not Feelings all together, Eliana. It has been one of those weeks. We were talking offline in the green room here. It's just been it's been an interesting morning, afternoon at this point. It's end of month, and maybe that's what it is a little bit here. But we're into Furnace Fastlane, which is our Facts Not Feelings and we're talking all about the amazing episode that just dropped with your counterpart of Gino Cipperoni, which, let's be honest, like, as much as I love seeing your face, Gino may have the better half of the deal right now with him being in Mexico, sipping Mai Tais and Miami Vices, little mojitos, what's another one? Margaritos, and seeing some
rum runners. Oh yeah. We don't know what the hell goes down his gullet, but I agree with you. So you guys are stuck with me today because Gino is in another country.
I know. And Jeff, hello, hola to you. And very timely said, as we're talking about our friend Gino being in Mexico. So hola to Jeff. And Jeff, I know that you will not be in Digital Dealer, but have some fun in SEMA. It has been a minute since I've been in SEMA. In fact, the last time I was at SEMA, my brother and I had a company together, and we raffled off a motorcycle. So that's the last time that I was actually at SEMA. So please enjoy
Holy
SEMA.
moly.
Yeah, it was all decked out in like lime green. It was pretty freaking fantastic. It was pretty rad there. So
Eliana, I win a motorcycle.
I know, it was really cool. We had a software company, and it was like, when we all talk about whether it's a big time conference, like SEMA's huge, have a plan in mind. Like, you all, in fact, I'm actually going to bring this up. We're going to talk about this right now. You all go to their dealer e-process booth, because you guys are raffling off a Louis Vuitton freaking purse. Like, come on right now. This has got to be one of the coolest raffles I've ever seen. Like, talk about this for a hot second. We'll dive into the episode in a minute here. But talk about your booth 1603. You both are speaking, but the freaking Louis Vuitton purse, this is by far one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Well, we've been doing it all year at different conferences, and it's such a hit because obviously, if you're a woman, who wouldn't want to win a Louis Vuitton bag, right? But if you're a man, who wouldn't want to come home with a Louis Vuitton bag for their significant other, right? So it was so funny because I did hear from many a male, attendee at different conferences. They were like, brilliant.
The first time I saw was at MRC, and it's like all this little glass case. I was like, who the hell? Seriously. And you know, there's got to be a woman behind this thinking, we're going to raffle off and do a drawing for a Louis Vuitton purse. It's like, damn, okay, I see you, dealery process. I see you.
And it's easy. It's totally easy. All you have to do is stop by the dealery process booth and ask, show me your connected retail platform. After you see the platform, you get signed in to win the purse. Now, here's the trick. If you pre-schedule your demo by going to our website and pre-schedule, you get 2 chances you double your chances to win. So I'm here to help. You have any questions about it, you let me know. But we are looking forward. You go to dealeryprocess.com
Okay,
and
so
check
Jeff
it
has
out.
a good question. Do you make Merces? That's what he's wondering right now.
I don't know if Louis Vuitton makes Merces, but I am not saying that I will never try and raffle off a Merce. So
You've got Isaac also chiming in, saying that is genius, and I 100% agree. Like I'm too much. The first time I saw it, I was like, "This is incredible!" And we had a conversation after our. We'll get into a second. Our dealer process GA4 webinar. That this was the third idea that you had, and
yeah,
each
that
of
wasn't
them
even
were
the first
freaking
idea. It wasn't even the first idea, but it was the one that the owner really, really liked, and it turned out to be very, very popular. It was so funny too because people who know me know I do love an LV, and they were like, "Oh, Eliana, this is so you," and I was like, but that being said, I thought, as a marketer, I've always thought, look, I love going on a swag stroll, as I like to say, at every conference and like getting cute little, tchotchkes,
But
but I think it's more exciting and more valuable when you say, hey, win this big thing like a motorcycle. What?
seriously, right? That's shout out to my brother, by the way. He was the brains behind that one. But yes, when you think about how much money you spend on the little tchotchke items, when it all
Oh,
spends
yeah.
up to like into the point right here, the white gloves on the lady on the stage who was holding the LV purse at Women in Auto was my favorite part.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? We had to get the gloves. I mean, we don't wanna, like, put our grubby little, you know, oils and germs all over it. We handle it with and we hand them and they have to be present to win because I am not mailing that sucker.
No,
So you
that's
have to be
liability,
present to
man.
win. You are taking that home. We have the box, we have the bag, we have the receipt. It's all yours. You are walking away with it. Have fun bringing it on the plane with you. I am not taking it's bad enough that we buy it from Louis Vuitton, we have it sent to the main office, we have to transfer it, like somebody has to carry
Jeez.
it on the plane to Las Vegas. I am not taking it and sticking it in the mail and hoping it reaches its nope, not doing it. You are getting it live, must be present to win.
No joke. So I opened up something from I had a bunch shocker Amazon. We all have like 70 packages each day, and I opened up. It was like some the pills, whatever, supplement pills, and I opened up, and the capsules. Part of the capsule had fallen off, and there's plastic in the pills. And they're like, Amazon's like, oh, we can't return this. I was like, no bullshit. You're returning this. I'm not eating plastic. So it's like you're not taking that liability on something that small, let alone something like a Louis Vuitton purse. Like, come on. Now, I have a rough time following this up right now. What I have to offer you is 28 individuals that are going to be talking there. So that's what I have to offer. Come see us. We're not
I
wrapping
got to
up
tell
the
you though, that is a hell of a list. Holy
we have
wow.
Lori Halter that's moderating it. I got that. I mean, pretty much
How is she hurting all these cats? That's what I want to know.
very carefully is how she's going to herd them. But if you were attended the Tampa Bay one, Tampa Bay, no, that's the Buccaneers is what I was going for on that one. That's but no, you can sit at any table if you want to talk about AI, if you want to talk about paid versus organic, if you want to talk about website conversions, fixed ops, social media, BDC, CDP, whatever, GA4 retention, whatever you're going to learn about that. Sit at that table. It's almost like a speed dating thing where, okay, Lori's going to say, all right, change. All right, if you don't want to change, you can stay there. All right, you want to change? You want to go talk about AI with Brooke and Colby and myself? Great. All right, after so long, she's going to more or less say switch. And if you want to switch, you want to keep talking with the person, great. You want to go and talk to Martha and Wendy and Bobby about BDC, great. Go over there. You want to talk about social media with the amazing Jeff Hunter and Dave Lemon and Renee, great. Go over and talk to them. But that's kind of how it's going to work. So more or less, there's going to be a lot of people on there. And yes, there is no Louis Vuitton bag. I apologize that we don't have the amazingness of Eliana, but that's what we have to offer. So it'll be a packed house for sure. And if it's anything indication of what Tampa was, it ended up being really, really beneficial
I
for those that are attending.
love the Tampa show. I don't know if I'm in the minority. I love I love Tampa. I love the
Tampa's fun.
Tampa Convention Center. I love Tampa, and especially because I know that the dealers who show up to the Tampa show are like serious. They're not there to mess around. They're serious about their digital health and bringing their dealership up to the next level. That being said, It's a lot of Vegas going on. I mean, you got
Lot.
digital dealer, and then soon after we have NADA, and I cannot believe it's almost October. This year
Cannot.
flew by.
Flew by. I still trying
Deep
to wrap my
breath,
head around.
deep breath.
Deep breath.
I
All right.
literally was saying to myself, I'm like, I wonder when I'm putting up the Christmas tree. And I'm like, wait, I can't believe I'm saying that.
Oh, it's yeah. I full. I was like trying to do like get the list for Christmas and stuff because I do my Christmas shopping really early. I'm like, how that you're in Costco and it's like Christmas overlay, like Christmas
Oh,
flew
yeah.
up in Costco. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what is going on here? But all right, let's dive into this. So I know it's in a month. I know people are coming back from SodaCon.
Right.
So for those that are here, I know that we'll probably be like we probably won't be the full like 45 minutes like we normally do, but let's dive into this. And I know that you're taking the place for the amazing Gino, why he's doing his thing in Mexico here. But we talked, the episode dropped yesterday, and I had the amazing opportunity to talk to him and learn from him. And this whole thing, like once we were talking in MRC last year, and I just go, whoa, wait. I'd been burned so many times of hearing that a website could personalize things. And I was like, okay, really, Gino, can it really personalize? And that's what got the whole thing, him and I talking. And I go, we need to have this conversation a little bit more and bring him on the podcast just because I was so impressed. And I said this yesterday on the live, on my Facebook Live, and it's not that he's saying the right things. It's the action and the data that actually backs it up. And it's not a report that's proven a point. And he went in there and showed like, no, bro, we can do this and this and this. And I go, let's do a whole show about this. So I'm going to start with you of saying what was one, it doesn't have to be the main takeaway. It doesn't have to be your number one takeaway, just one of the takeaways from the show of Gino and I. What was one of your takeaways from that episode?
I mean, I have a lot of takeaways that I if you've already seen it, then there's obviously more than one takeaway. But if you haven't seen it yet, I'm ready to lay it out for you. I think the overarching takeaway is all about data. And I think a lot of people are going to be talking about that first party data. And I think what dealers need to understand is that their first party data is something that they're just not utilizing, or they haven't concentrated on ways to actually get it. So the first trick is you got to go get your first party data, because right now it's like siloed in all these different places, whether you know it or not, whether you've intended it or not. It is in a lot of different places. And those systems don't talk to each other typically, right? So first things first, you got to get access to all of your first party data, because it is literally the most valuable thing that you have. You could make the argument, oh no, it's my employees. Oh no, it's the cars on my lots. Let me tell you something. It is your first party data. You can do everything with first party data. And yes, as you said, Brooke, you can use that first party data to help your marketing work better, to make your websites smarter, to deliver your marketing messages at the right time to the right people with the right message so that you get the best ROI. But you can't do it unless you have that first party data. Because when you think about it, when you think about really what is first party data, they come to the website, they click on this, they swipe left, whatever it is, right? Those are all buying signals. So you have a treasure trove of buying signals, and you are not using them. And I think that's the overall message. Now, I have a lot of other takeaways where you can specifically take that data and really, really utilize it in ways that improve your customer experience and sell more cars. But the first hurdle is getting a hold of your first party data. So did I answer your question? Because I could go deeper into specifics about it, but it all starts with that first party data. And likewise, use all the data. Data is the key. When we talk also about Amazon ads, we say Amazon ads. It's not Amazon ads. It's ads using Amazon data to really pinpoint and target where those ads should go. Because let's think about it. Where is the best source of shopper data? If it isn't Amazon, then I don't know what the answer to that question is. Of course it's Amazon. It's the biggest repository of shopping data in the universe. Okay. So if you're not using Amazon data, I mean, then I promise you, you can only get better at what you're doing in your
Amen.
marketing. So, because that Amazon data is going to help you connect with potential buyers even before Google does. They use cool stuff like that Amazon garage to show ads to car shoppers that actually make sense to the shopper, before they even realize it. So data is where it's at. Oh, people are
Amen.
writing in. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We'll get to them. So first off, Jordan, you are to blame for Kelly being late. So Jordan, I blame you 100%. Russell, we're just also going to blame Jordan on this one because Jordan's taking the heat on this one. And Jordan, I haven't seen you chime in yet. So Jordan, you are taking the blame on Russell being late as well. I'm just going to
Jordan.
Jordan, we're coming after you, buddy. And Kelly and Russell, good to see you. And Charity, good to see you as well. Good to see you. And by the way, Charity and Russell, you can both just do an awesome job. And I know Patrick's behind the scene doing a phenomenal job on your show. Just the way you guys cut everything up on your show, just awesome job with that one. So, and we've got Jeff saying as well. And certainly if the strike looms, inventory and parts may slow, dealers need to be mining their DBs. That's not Dave Matthews Band, that's DBs or decibels. That's databases religiously. And yes, they should be doing that anyway, but they may now no, I think it's no. I think no. Now be forced to do that. Russell is saying that it's all about the data. Boom, mic drop. Boom. Yes, 100%. And to your point, I just spit all over my microphone for anyone that's watching right now. Sorry, little sure microphone. I apologize about that. Is that Russell says, thank you very much. I'm trying to get you back for making me choke on my water when we were talking the last webinar there. Is that if you're unfamiliar with Amazon, I know that we've done a couple of episodes on this. We've also done with the episode that's dropped. If you're like, hey, I haven't watched it yet, get a little peek behind the curtain here. Is that two things on this? One, a lot of companies are going to claim that, hey, we can do Amazon advertising. No, you can't, but you're going to charge for it. So really vet the company to see if they really are able to do Amazon advertising. Do they actually report out of Amazon? Or are they just slapping an Amazon logo on it to look pretty and claim that they can? And also, why is Amazon advertising so damn good? Why is it's not, it's another tool in the toolbar. Are we saying, oh, just stop doing Google advertising? No, that's not what we're saying. It's an addition to it. So when you have Amazon, case in point, what I start by saying in the very beginning here, I had like 20 packages from Amazon that just got delivered to me, is that I know if I move, what's one of the first things I'm going to do? Probably before I change my postal code at the USPS office. No
one does that within 10 days, do they?
No one does. Is I'm going to change my freaking Amazon address to make sure my packages get delivered. So Amazon Garage is that they know that, hey, this person actually lives here. And you're getting real stuff that people then say, I want to have my car's information is here. I want to put wiper blades on my car, that this is my car that I own. This is my address that I'm willingly giving to Amazon. Like, I'm not buying a list from some DMV that hasn't been updated in 20 years. Like, this stuff is so incredible. And customers just give that to Amazon by choice. Like, does it get any better than that?
Amazon's smart enough to also extrapolate the information. We know that for the most part, I mean, it's definitely the majority. If it isn't over 80%, it's pretty freaking close to it. When the average person goes through a life event, that they usually wind up buying a new car or a pre-owned car, whatever, a car, right? Yep. So if all of a sudden somebody starts setting up a Amazon wedding registry, ding, baby registry, ding, oh, lots of baby clothes, diapers start getting delivered to that address, ding, ding, ding. So listen, there is no more powerful database than Amazon. And the fact that it's so incredibly granular is just, I mean, it's funny. The other day, I was riding in the car with my husband, and we saw a really, really funny advertisement on I-95 as we were driving. And I was like, it's on a billboard, and he's like, oh, that's a funny advertisement. They're probably going to get a lot of business from that. And I'm like, yeah. But are they?
And how are you going to track that?
I know, exactly. Forget I mean, I don't think I need to tell everyone this, but I'll just reiterate it because it's obvious. Not only is it the best data that you can get your hands on, it's all trackable. So everything you do online is trackable. So why wouldn't you want that? You can actually prove it out that and it's I would hate as a marketer to waste my money on stuff that I didn't know if it worked, couldn't track it, couldn't prove that effort that I gave and the money that I spent didn't result in some kind of action, and dealers are the same way. They don't want to waste their money either. So yeah, Amazon data, big thing. Actually, it was great, Brooke. You actually came to an event that Dealery Process held with Amazon, where we specifically talked about Amazon and Amazon data and the Amazon cloud and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, you were there. We heard directly from Tim Dare at Amazon. I could ask you, what were your takeaways from that? You and I are both so passionate about this topic and about dealers really utilizing the data that they can actually get their hands on to actually make their advertising dollars work smarter.
Yes. And before I go into that, I just want to get some of these comments that are rolling in here because we've got some awesome one. You have an awesome audience on Dealery Process on your webinars.
You should know. You're just there on Wednesday.
I'm a pretty kick-ass audience myself. I am very biased, but my audience is pretty kick-ass here. We've got Charity saying that's a wonderful idea, Brooke. Amazon advertising. We've got Russell saying, I love the energy with you too. Well, yes, I have a pretty awesome guest over here, Russell, so I have to agree with that one. Jeff is saying people trust Amazon 100% more than Google, in my humble opinion.
Ooh, that is big words, Jeff.
There is the trust factor with Amazon. I do love that and love trackable data from Charity. You got Jeff saying rifle versus shotgun market. And Jeff, to your point, and this is the point, I'm going to read Wayne's comment here, and then I go back to bring that full circle with the event that you all hosted at a really great brewery, by the way. Man, I wanted some of that beer to bring home. They're like, no, it was only one batch. I was like, what are you doing to me? Is the database is just one element of the big picture. It is the delivery and gives you the right delivery process to the day and hour. So some of the things that I want to talk about with that, and there was definitely more we talked about than Amazon, but this is such a big portion. Right. And I have found working with multiple clients and working with my colleagues and my friends that they'll work with an Amazon client or a provider. And I go, whoa, this is not a true Amazon partner. They are claiming this and they are 100% charging. It was like when OTT came out in 2020 and everyone's claiming that they could do streaming. I'm like, no, but they're going to charge you for it. You're seeing a lot of this with Amazon. So Gino had a great stat, and I'm going to slaughter the stat, so don't hold me to this, but more or less what the bottom line is here is that if you go and search in Chicago Metro, people that are saying like Honda near me or Honda for sale, that the percentage in Chicago Metro was really, really small. And you think that everyone is searching that. And keep me honest that this is, if I'm going offline here, but more or less the Google search for that, you would think would be really, really high. And it's not that high. So what that means is that when it comes to Amazon advertising, that market is massive. The opportunity to market to that consumer, the Google portion is really, really small. So you then take true Amazon advertising and say, all right, so I know that this customer was only searching this market, but we're selling Hondas, or we're selling insert OEM, Toyotas, BMWs, whatever it may be. They're searching that. They might not be searching in Google, but they're definitely, we're selling them, right? So why not market to them? We know that Gen Zs are searching in TikTok. So why not market to them? So you can market to them and still find them. Going back to the Amazon portion of it is that we can see that, hey, I know that they buy a home, the life event, they buy a home, they do a big purchase, there's a kid involved. They're most likely they buy a house. They're going to be buying a car at some point, statistically speaking. We can see all that inside of Amazon. So that's another way I won't say it's one shot, one kill. Like anyone that tells you that they're smoking something, let's be honest. And please share. But with that, we can then say, hey, we can market to them. When they market to them, we can market over there. So that was something that was really eye-opening to me, because I was like, I'd never heard that line of thinking. I know how important Amazon advertising is. So we've got Isaac also saying here is that Amazon advertising works as well as the potential matchbacks associated with it to target your marketing. Balance and understanding is what is important. I also, the first time, not the first time, I like the take as well. I can't remember who was talking at the event. They were saying how quickly the turnaround was. Hey, we
Oh
want
yeah.
this up. And it was done. I'm going to say less. It was, I'm going to say a couple hours, but legally
Yeah, that
wise.
was our amazing Tim Bowles.
There we go.
And he is actually the one that is in charge of the team that handles that Amazon video advertising. I hate calling it Amazon video advertising because then people get oh, you're advertising on Amazon? No, it is video Amazon.
Yes.
I'm sorry, video advertising powered by Amazon data. And so he's that person, and he has a whole team of people, and we can help with creative and all that kind of stuff. But it's how do you utilize that data? What are the kinds of things that you're going after with that particular messaging? Because it's not a spray it all over the place and see what sticks. It's I'm going specifically after households with such and such, this kind of thing within these zip codes, and I mean, it is amazing, lookalike audiences, the whole thing. And so, yeah, Tim was talking about how quickly you could, have that turnaround and have it just like automatically leads start rolling in. And actually, I think you were talking to a nice fellow there too. His name was Isaac.
Yes.
Who's actually one of our clients. Oh, you remember Isaac? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Isaac's chiming in right now. Yeah, he was the one that was saying Amazon advertising works well as the potential matchbacks associated with the target you're marketing. Yeah, I love Isaac.
Yeah,
love Isaac.
So Isaac was I got to talk to Isaac there too, and he's like, let me just tell you, those are like the best leads with the highest sales conversions we've ever had. Like they went exactly right after the people we were looking for. We saw the returns immediately on the money that we spent, and they closed. Those were the leads we needed. They were the highest performing leads we've ever had. And Dealery Process did that for him. And I was like, Isaac, that was a great testimonial you gave me. Thank you. Chef's kiss.
Kelly said Amazon knows people are pregnant before the people because of their data. Why won't dealers want to learn? And
lean on that to find buyers.
It's true. Like, yeah, there was a story. This circulated a couple of years ago about Target was saying that someone. It was like someone had done a pregnancy test, and it was something from Target. And then unfortunately, they ended up didn't want to tell the parents, and they were starting getting like pregnancy and baby registry thing. And the mom was like, whoa, wait, someone's pregnant in our household? Who's pregnant? And she's like, oh, yeah, didn't want to tell you about this. Sorry about that. So, but it's amazing that the targeting on this, like 100% is, to Kelly's point, use this to your advantage. So I'm going to take this a step further because I know we talked about Amazon for quite a bit here, and it's so important to talk about this. But
yeah, I do want to stop you real fast, because if you listen to the Facts Not Feelings, that was like not even 20% of the conversation was Amazon. We have a whole lot of other things we want to talk about, but go ahead.
Let's go. There's actually a story about that at Target. Yep, the dad found it. Yeah, the dad found it. It's 100%. That's exactly what it was. Is that she tried to put the stuff in the yes, but to my point is that this marketing 100% works. And why would we not want to utilize this? And this is too often I hear is that, oh, so I got to shut off Google, or how much do I want to spend? That's the other question I get asked all the time is, well, how much do I need to spend? Well, okay, if you're in Chicago versus Idaho, there's way different on what you're going to need to spend. So that's a whole other thing to have the discussion with your amazing partner, and they can work through that together with you on what you want to spend and how you want to spend it, what you're doing on fixed ops versus sales, So but when it comes to the factual part of it, it works when done correctly, and it is incredible on what it can do. So
yes. And I do want to, I'm just going to be the idiot who repeats it. Dealery Process has a fantastic relationship with Amazon.
Yes.
Mwah. If you are looking for somebody who can help you with that, I promise you our team is amazing at it. And we get fantastic results. You can ask Isaac. He's on there.
Yes. And Isaac obviously went back and said hi. So yes. But this goes into that personalization part. And I know that you all do a great job with personalization. And there, I have seen a lot of tools out there, a lot of services out there that claim they can do this. And I have been burnt so many times by this. And whether it's the CDP portion of it, like there are great tools out there with the CDP portions of it.
Right.
But that was another thing that we got in
But
quite
not
a
everyone
bit of.
has a CDP.
No, they
I
don't.
mean, how
Yeah.
many dealers have a CDP right now? It's got to be less than like 5%.
It's not a
Right?
lot. Like if you get out of the bubble that's talking about it and the vacuums that are talking about it, and you go, "What's a CDP?" Like when we were asking the question, even about on the GA4 webinar, and we asked like, "Hey, about the ASC events," and they're like,
Right.
"What the heck's a ASC event?" Like you get out of that bubble, and not a lot of people know what a CDP is in our industry. So to your point, it is much smaller than what we think and what we feel when you get outside the bubble.
Well,
So
and I don't think it's not like a single point store would probably run out and go get a CDP. They're not cheap. Are they worth
no,
it? I mean, I
yes,
think they are,
yes,
but I mean, it's an investment. It's
mhm,
definitely an investment. So
yeah,
not everyone has a CDP. And now I feel like this is the year that people are really going to take a deeper dive and see if a CDP is right for them,
yeah.
you know?
So, if you want to just expound on this a little bit, because I know that Gino and I talked not just about the personalization, but in general, that integration with dealership groups where, hey, if you're a dealership group and you happen, and this is not a, hey, let's pitch dealery process. It was just, this is what we were talking about, that this open source of, you don't need for, especially with a dealer group, you don't need to be, hey, with dealer process sites in particular, I don't care if you have a Cox Automotive product, if you have a dealer inspired product, it doesn't matter what you have. If it's a competing product, you can still be on a dealer process site and it doesn't matter because it's still going to work. And you can be on a dealer group and see everything and be able to track everything. And that truly personalized experience to say, hey, Brooke's looking at a car, a SUV versus a truck versus a sedan versus a convertible versus whatever. And the whole personalized experience is actually personal. Like I was so mind blown when I saw this and saw the back end of the site to know that it was truly personalized. And for me to actually have my mind blown is, unfortunately, I've been kind of tarnished a little bit to know that, okay, I get pitched so many products. I was like, okay, Gino, all right, show me your personalized experience. I was like, holy shit, it really is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
talk to
So
us.
I want to start off by saying, every website provider out there has some level of
So
personalization that they can do on the website. At the very, very bare minimum, they should be able to show like a pop-up banner or a banner on the homepage that directly relates to the search that that person did that brought them to your website. At the very least, they should do that. So if you're not at least doing that, I would say call up your website provider and at least get that. But what we're really talking about, what we do at Dealery Process, something that we have known. Okay. So we looked at the research and like 76% of people, no matter what they're shopping for, expect a personalized experience when they go shopping for a thing. I am certain that when it comes to the second largest purchase that they ever make, that number is probably even higher. And shoppers get pissed. Actually, 71% of shoppers get pissed when they don't get a personalized experience. So what we're doing is we're taking that first party data and we're making our websites smarter. Okay, here is a real situation, and I'm sure all of your listeners would probably agree that this might happen. Let's say we have a shopper, and let's say I am going to shop for a car and I'm looking for a red convertible. I like red convertibles, right? And I stop by a website, and let's just say I do all the things and I'm looking for a red convertible, okay? I should be offered those kinds of things that will bring me to the kinds of car that I'm looking for, all right? Now, let's say Brooke is going and she's looking for a blue pickup truck. Should your website serve up the same shit to Brooke that it just served up to me?
hell
It
no.
absolutely should not.
Get an amen in the chats here, by the way.
Okay, let's take it a step further. Let's say Brooke is looking for that blue pickup truck, okay? And she visits a Honda store website, okay? And she does the search and she's now looking at Honda pickup trucks that are blue. But something interrupts her. And so she has to leave the Honda site. A few days later, she resumes her search. Is it possible that A, she would either come back to that same website that she was on and continue her search, okay? So one, when she returns to that website, what should happen? Shouldn't the website say, I'm so glad you're back.
Welcome
Here
back,
you
Brooke.
are. Do you want to pick up where you left off? And we're not talking about, oh, you have to you have to sign into the website and make a profile. No, we're not talking about that. We're saying it should just know. It should recognize, oh, that's that lady that was looking for the blue pickup truck. Now, aside from that, let's say Brooke is done shopping at the Honda site, right? Now she continues her search. And let's say within the same dealer group, she stumbles upon the dealer group's Toyota site. So here's where it gets interesting when it comes to groups. Would you, dealers, prefer that Brooke, if she wasn't going to buy a Honda from your Honda store, that she wound up buying a Toyota from your same dealer group? Or would you rather just send her on her way to go buy it from somebody else entirely? Yeah. Right? I know, the Honda and the Toyota stores probably within the same dealer group are all like vying for the sale. Okay, I get it. But given that, when Brooke visits that Toyota store dealership website within that same dealer group, wouldn't it be fantastic if that Toyota store had the shopper data that it collected while Brooke was on the Honda website and was able to serve up to Brooke the exact kinds of things that she was actually shopping for? Because they know we already have the information, but are those sites sharing it with each other? The answer is no, unless of course you have a dealer process website, but that's not really
Obviously.
the point. The point is we're taking, and you should be able to take the shopper data that you're collecting and make your websites smarter. And that's really what we're talking about. All right. We're talking about having this, like, when the websites work together, it's like having a superpower, okay? It's the stuff that people do on one site can make their experience better on all the other sites. And it's okay as long as they all talk to each other and they're informing each other of the kinds of actions that Brooke likes to see. Is she looking for something that has more features, or is she looking for something by price, And so once you know those buying signals, you can serve them up in future interactions with that person. And here's where it gets really interesting. Then you take that shopper data that now you've collected and you want to feed it into your marketing automation platform and then serve her up the ads that she really, really is interested in. And it all works together, but it all starts with, what the hell are you doing with your first party data?
And to Jeff is saying, I don't like vegetables. Just show me desserts, Whole Foods. So.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, maybe you would think that Amazon, if you just click on the desserts, should only show you the desserts. I would think at this point, Jeff.
And it's so funny because I actually went through this because I actually was looking for a car recently, and I went to different websites and I went to ones that were, locally around me, and I was just like completely disillusioned.
What are you doing here?
It was so funny because, of course I sicked, is that a word? Sicked my husband on it, and I was like, okay, you're the car guy. You look for the car, and he's like, what's really annoying? I have to keep going back in and putting in all the things that I want on these website, search features. And I was like, yeah, I know. If they had a dealer process website, they wouldn't have to do that. It's literally like you come back and it's like, oh, Brooke, do you want to pick up where you left off? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. We've got Wayne saying, if I am not getting the personal service that I have noted, I X out, especially if I'm spending a lot of money. I agree. And the one that always gets me is like, I have opted out so many times. I'm like, do you understand that from an FTC and like regulation, it's actually illegal that you continue to contact me? Now, whether you want to press it or not, but I'm like, you can't keep, or the ones that are like texting me after a certain time period. I'm like, you can't keep texting me or keep emailing me. Like, stop reaching out to me. So no, and it's the second largest purchase. Like, stop doing this. Like, it's so, or, we had Denise on a couple weeks ago and, hey, I just bought a car. Okay. Hey, are you interested in buying a car? No, I just serviced a car. Oh, so, hey, I got a great service offer for you. why are you contacting me still? Like, no, I'm not interested. Like, this is where that personalization comes. And it's not just about changing the ad, changing the banner. Like, no, this is the completely changing everything. Once you have that first party, then you can change everything to know this customer is looking for this. They're at this part of the journey now. They bought a car. Okay, this message needs to change completely. Where that's where all this now
Yes.
changes everything. It's not just about simply changing the ad copy. No, it's about changing the entire customer journey for them. Because now they're 30 days out, they're 60 days out, they're 90 days out. Oh, they just bought a car. This is the message we need to send to them. Everything needs to change. Instead of running 1 or 2 ads, you're running like 90 ads to figure. We'll say like 50 ads to understand exactly where they are in the journey. It becomes so imperative that you know exactly where they are. You know what Amazon is? Amazon, I go and look at something now, I'm going to get something different because 2 days ago I looked at something else. Like, it's constantly changing to know where I am. So that's what we need to be doing to meet the consumer exactly where they are at the given moment. So if we're not doing that, what are we doing? We're sending them, honestly, we're sending them shit is what we're doing. Like, we're just lighting money on fire. It's what we're doing.
I didn't know we were allowed to curse on this thing, so
No.
yay us. No, and it's one as a marketer, the best thing that you can do as a marketer is really make customers feel like you get them, like you understand them. And in order to do that, you have to have your ads work in conjunction with your website, and like they have to be like best friends, and you're right, it's not about just changing the words, it's not about that, but it's making the whole website change based on each person's individual interests and behaviors. Like, for instance, you and I probably shop for things completely differently. Like, I might shop for something that is price-based. I might be looking for like the best deal. And Brooke, you're probably like, yeah, but I got to make sure I have all my features. I got to make sure it has Apple CarPlay, and I want to make sure it has this, and I want to make sure it has that. So are you like a feature shopper, or are you a payment shopper? Guess what? You shouldn't be putting the same things in front of those people, And so I will tell you what really pissed me off this one time as a marketer. Look, I'm the first person to fall for great marketing. I am also the first person to get really pissed off when I get shitty marketing. Can I say the word shitty? I said it twice.
You shit away. It's fine.
So I remember this one time, I was leasing a car, and I got rid of the car because it was time for me to turn it in, right? But like literally 6 months after I got rid of that car, I was still getting marketing about that old car. And I'm like, dude, I already moved on from that car. What the hell?
Yes.
So forget that the ad was completely irrelevant to me at this point. They missed their window. Why didn't they get in touch with me 7 months earlier? And man, oh man, that person is just wasting money. Time.
Yep.
I don't need that, so unsubscribe, right? So it's just, wow. As a marketer, it's one thing if you're putting out content. It's another thing if you're just wasting money and you're wasting people's time. Now you're really just turning shoppers off entirely, because now they're thinking, oh, these people are stupid.
Yep. And to Wayne is actually just like almost verbatim what you just said. How about telling me I need to service my car that is in the wrecking yard? Sure, I'll sell it to you. I have the receptionist check at the receptionist. I lose trust in the email pushes, and now will not trust on my new car. And Wayne, it's so true. Like, I mean, we get, how many times you get stuff for warranty? Like, I have not had the car in 10 years. You're still asking for it. Or I'm getting email coupons for a car I've not had to bring in for service. I'm like, I have not had this car in 15 years.
God.
Why
And
are
it
you so
happens
sensitive to
all
me?
the time. It happens all the time. I'm like, marketers, why aren't you segmenting? What are you doing?
And you know that then they're reporting back about, oh, how great this email or direct mail push was. I'm like, what? Where are you getting this data? Like, that is when you're actually taking a report and trying to prove a point of how great a campaign was, and you have nothing to back it. And you've got, I have to run, but great stuff. Keep it up. Thank you. It's nuts on how this stuff works. But anything else you want to add here? I know we went a little bit longer than it's like, oh, we're probably only going to go 20 minutes. I know it's end of month here. So I know it's end of month, so we'll wrap this up here, get everyone back here. Anything else you want to add to this?
I just think the only, the additional thing when you're dealing with first party data and you're really going to get a hold of it, just be respectful. It's important that you treat that data with kid gloves,
Mhm.
because a data breach is not going to score you any points with anyone. All
No.
right. So make sure whatever it is, however you access that data, you keep that data, that it's SOC 2 compliant, the whole thing. Make sure you have those permissions, and that you anonymize the data when you can. Be respectful of the power that you hold. Now that dealers are now considered financial institutions because of all of the sensitive financial data that they have from their consumers, just be very, very mindful, and really, really look into how I will tell you, more money is going to be lost in, not just in automotive, just overall in business, because of carelessly handled data that has been hacked, that has been held for ransom. I mean, have you guys heard what's happening at MGM?
Oh,
Like,
it's
it
nuts.
is
Speaking of Vegas,
billions of dollars
that's
are
okay.
being
Apparently, they're
lost.
handing out lap dances, and so it's okay. Apparently they're making up for that way. Like, what the hell? Side note on Facts Not Feelings today, but oh my god. Yeah, it is nuts though. I mean, whether and all of this is, I know we were trying to wrap up the show here, but with the GLBA, I mean, we're having another show come out here. I think it's in November, and I believe this will be my 7th show on GLBA and FTC compliance, and it's coming out in middle of November. I think is when it's coming out. Just because this is something I've been talking about this for almost, I think, a year now, and
Hmm.
people just are not getting it through their head of how important it is. And even with that, the reason we're bringing another show on it was that April 7th just goes, Brooke, I need your platform. I was like, hey, no problem. I got you. And it's because as a dealership that you're trying to do the right thing, but you're having so many people on the other side just saying either I'm not going to do it, I refuse to do it, we don't have to be compliant. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And even those companies that say they are that they're going to hold the dealerships that they're going to make them compliant, they're not doing it. So do you have MFA set up? Do you have this? I mean, there's so many things to that part, and making sure, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, because everybody's going to get hacked at some point. It's just, I mean, yeah. So make sure you have your ducks in a row and document everything,
I
everything.
mean, the people who do this, they got nothing better to do. They're
Nope.
looking for the big payoff. There are people out there who are literally stealing people's houses
Oh yeah.
right out from under them. You think they're not going to do it to a dealership?
No,
I
no.
mean, they
Yeah.
got nothing bad. They're playing the long game.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Kelly's saying we were just talking about how some DMSs require different files for each car, so you can have one customer for 30 records, and it just can't get reduced and automatically handled in the CRM when you're to do marketing. It's hard to tell partners which field to use for which source to keep track. Yeah, and if you're trying to use the DMS and CRM for marketing, I'm just going to say good luck. That's why you need a middleware to do it. It's so insanely difficult because it's just garbage in, garbage out. I mean, there's how
Yeah.
many John Smiths do you have in there, and test at tester.com. And you've got Wayne saying, proud I joined in and know you with the show. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, it is just get your ducks in order, because yeah. This will, like I said, there's a lot going on here. So, and Brian, to your point up here is that with this, I'm getting emails from my mom, Car. She passed away 5 years ago. I remember being in the
Oh
dealership,
my God,
and
yes.
we would have people call in and be like, like literally furious at us, like, why are you sending us stuff? We had a death in the family, like, and it's like, and even if you at the CRM level take that person out, it's so frustrating because you might not be sending it to them, but it looks at a dealership level that you are sending it. It could be the OEM that's sending it to them.
Right.
That's out of your control. It could be someone that bought a list from you. So even if you have a CDP and you've suppressed all that shit, but someone else is sending it to them, but you're going to take the heat, and trying to explain that to them is a little daunting, and someone can really know their stuff. So yes, Brian, and that's something that is it hits a nerve when it's someone that's passed away. We've got a couple other comments in here. Isaac is saying, amen, Brooke, agree. Using VIN and DMS for marketing is like blowing you up. Yes. And depending on which CRM, or if you have 2 DMSs or multiple sources, it is very, very difficult. Jeff is saying, and to your point, Eliana and Brian, have your or BDC call center make outbound phone calls. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yes. We've got some late comments coming in here, but I want to thank everyone. I know it is end of month, and I so appreciate everyone just jumping on here, spending some time with myself and the amazing, gorgeous, beautiful Eliana, and incredibly smart Eliana. I so appreciate everyone jumping on here today. Super, super appreciate it. And as always, everyone, find a way to serve today. We are in some crazy times right now, as always, and just whether that is a kind smile, whether that is opening a door for someone, just find a way to serve today and just do some good today. And with that, everyone, we will see everyone.
Whoa. You're not saying goodbye. Wait, hold on. By the way, everyone, earlier this week, Brooke did an epic dealer e-process webinar. And if you have not seen it, you didn't catch it. It was on Google Analytics 4, and it was almost 2 hours. We had like an hour's worth of questions that came in from the audience. It was legit epic. So go to dealereprocess.com/webinars. You got to see the show that Brooke put on. She covered everything. She had live examples. She talked about reporting. We gave away a really awesome prize. It was amazing. She gives good webinar, and I would know. So I just want to say, make sure you go check that out, because we have the recording up there. We have the link to the deck. She also gave this really, really cool Google Analytics 4 worksheet you could work off of. There is no reason not to go check this out. If Google Analytics 4 is something that you want to find out more about, Brooke Furniss is your girl. I'm just telling you. dealereprocess.com/webinars. Go check it out. Thank you. We'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah. So, Brian, I will send the link over. In fact, I should have had this ready. That is on me for not. And if y'all can hold up, I have link, or it didn't happen. I will put the link in.
It didn't happen. I'll get the link for you right now. Hold on. I'll get it for you right now.
Flagged in my inbox to watch tonight. Now that I'm home from SodaCon. If you give me 2 seconds, if y'all can hold on for 2 seconds, that's on me for not having it ready. That is 100% on me for not having it ready. Give me 2 seconds, and I will.
I have it.
Oh,
I have it. How do I get it to you?
Can you put it in the comments? Can you see the comment section? Just throw it in the comments. And I will. 1 second. And I'm going to. I will.
Join the chat. I have to connect to my YouTube account to do that. Oh my God. Let me just send it to you. I can't do this.
No, we're good. I'm going to get this in just a second.
Okay. I sent it to you.
We're good.
Amazing. And, afterwards we ask what did you think of today's show? I mean, I had to share all the comments, the amazing comments that Brooke got, because everyone's like, oh my God, I thought I knew Google Analytics 4 and I learned a ton of stuff, and those other guys said, oh my God, I took 6 pages worth of notes, so I'm telling you, it was amazing. And she hit on all kinds of things. You definitely want to go check this out. I promise you, it is a time worth investing, and you will walk away with at least one amazing nugget, if not a dozen. So
yes, and I will also this comes across as Facebook. I will also send this I'll go back on LinkedIn and post it, Brian. I will post it in LinkedIn as well. And anybody wants access to the Google Analytics, it's not going to go, but it's a sheet where you can more or less track. Hey, I want to see, is my website provider sending our ASC events? Is my chat provider sending our ASC events? I
have it on there. So when they go to that link,
that's right,
they can access 3 things: the recording to the webinar, the deck from the webinar, as well as a PDF of your sheet they can download.
I have to be really careful. I said that one, and a sheet, but that's, Brooke.
Yeah, it's like a Google Analytics 4 tracking sheet that you would make, for yourself. Yeah.
So yeah, go to this one. If I know this is a long ass link right there, but I'll put it into, obviously if you're on Facebook right now, it's going to come through Facebook. The way that Streamer works, for some reason, this comment doesn't push over to LinkedIn, but inside of LinkedIn, I will go back and add this link into LinkedIn, so that 10 times fast. And I will throw it. And if you go there, it will have exactly what you just said there. So Brian, I know you had the little emoji here, so I know you're waiting. Your time obviously is so valuable, Brian. I know it is. So there it is. All right, now we're gonna sign off. I think
I cannot wait to have fireball shots with you in Vegas, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, everyone. Have an awesome end of your month. Eliana, thank you so much. Gino, kudos. Have a drink for us in beautiful Mexico. And with that, everyone, now we are really going to sign off here. Have an awesome extra day. Find a way to serve today. And everyone, we're going to see everyone next week.